From AATH, the Association for Applied and Therapeutic Humor, this is LaughBox, the podcast for laughter and humor professionals. Here's your host, Chip Lutz.
Hello, friends. Welcome to LaughBox, the official podcast for the Association for Applied and Therapeutic Humor. Today, I'm speaking with a pretty cool guy. I haven't seen him for a couple of years, but I always enjoy when I do get to see him. Bob Hubba Jubba Moss. And truthfully, Hubba Jubba is just fun to say. It is. After I knew that I was going to be interviewing Bob, all day I was like, Hubba Jubba. It's just fun to say. I don't know why. I just enjoy saying it. But Bob's a retired educator, and he's going to share some strategies with us today on how he's made an impact for other people and how you can make an impact for people as well. So welcome, Bob.
I'm so glad. Hey, it's great to be in the laughter box.
That's good stuff. So, where do you hail from? Where did you get your start in the humor and laughter world?
I was born and raised in San Diego, and I've taught K through 12 and higher education. I've taught them all. And when I was at the University of California, San Diego, in the physical education department, I found out the secret to being a success in higher education. So I tried to be as creative as I could be. And I was teaching physical education, mostly tennis classes, beginning tennis. And so I first started out adding visualization, enabling students to accelerate their motor skills. Then I happened to stumble across the aspects of hearty laughter. And so I became a crusader with red lines through smiles and grins, and the 60 to 70 mile an hour. And so it's emerged to the point that I've written a book called The Enthusiasm Laughter Connection. Quite a unique and been a very successful topic for me. And 10 years ago, my wife and I, Edna and I moved from San Diego to Arkansas. We now live in Whitehall, Arkansas, about on the outskirts of Pine Bluff. And so here I am, and I've had the opportunity to attend two conferences. One in Baltimore, and as you mentioned yesterday, on the cruise. Trying to buy books, sell books, and not selling them as fast as I wanted to, but I'm still at it. And so I enjoy being able to associate with you and all the members in the Association of Therapeutic Humor, and I'm ready to go and provide some hearty, healthy tips on laughter.
Well, I'm really interested in, and we'll get to that in just a minute. But when you started off, you started talking about visualization, because I know that there have been some studies out there that, practicing in your head is nearly as good as practicing in person. That if you're practicing, and I remember when I was in high school, I was nearly failing typing, and I would practice typing in my head. I'd put my key, have the invisible keyboard in front of me, and I would practice typing, and I actually improved my scores that way. And I'm interested in the visualization part when you were coaching, and how did that work for your students? I mean, what did you have them do?
Well, that made me a legend. I started stumbling around with it and teaching tennis, and then about halfway through my second quarter at UCSD, I got involved with training umpires, sports officials, and I had a background in basketball refereeing and baseball umpiring, and so I was able to train students to officiate not only intramural games but off campus. And the idea, I've got three basic concerns or emphasis. You mentioned the one you mentioned, just sitting there seeing it in your head. That's the traditional way, but I got a couple of new items that I added. One is called bioreflective feedback. That means you watch yourself in the mirror, and you see what it looks like to do it right. And so then another concept is audio tonal rhythms. That means that every successful athletic move has a rhythm to it. So if you can understand your rhythm, like in tennis, racket back, bounce, pow, racket back, bounce, pow. And you can begin to imitate that in front of the mirror, then you can see what you look like. And most times, there's this concept I got in my first, about 1974, in my first National Conference of Physical Educators. I ran into a guy from Massachusetts, and he was a gymnastics teacher. And what he did is he played drums, and he would figure out the pattern in the long horse. That was his specialty. And he'd have his athletes boom, 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 dot, 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 hit the cymbals, see? But it was to the rhythm, and they hear that over and over again. Over and over and over again. He'd tape it over and over and over again. So what they could do is they could sit there and look at it. I mean, they could sit there and watch it or in their minds, or actually they could sit there and pretend that they could go through and move their feet while sitting in the chair. So that was, you get the sound, you know how to do it right, you know what it looks like, and so what you do is you actually enhance your motor skills because of the fact that your brain can't tell the difference between what you vividly imagine and actually do.
I'm sure there's applications for that in pretty much in all aspects of life. Just, figuring out the rhythm and, watching yourself do it and then, practicing it as well. That's unique. I like that. And I like that you had what was the tennis rhythm again? That was awesome.
Racket back, bounce, pow.
That is cool.
And then I had I had a chance to attend a conference in St. Croix back in the early 80s. And there was a woman there from the East Coast School who was during the off season, she was teaching ballet to the football team. And so I sort of like that. And she
teaching ballet to the football team. What is that about?
Well, it's coordination, it's balance. Okay, yeah, it has a lot of positive, the rhythm and then again, when you're in ballet, you're looking in the mirror. And whenever you're doing something in front of the mirror, other than brushing your teeth or getting ready to meet the day, you sort of get a better feeling of yourself when you see yourself. You know what I'm saying? And so I got an idea from her, and what I did for about my last 10 years of teaching there, I had a song I made up. Okay, and it included all of the basic strokes for a beginning tennis player. It was like, if you're playing tennis and you're a beginner, the one thing you never do is celebrate because you don't have anything to celebrate about, right? So the first line was, instant tennis, here I come, and you hold your racket over your head, like, yeah, okay. And then you put your arm back or your racket back and you say, forehand, backhand, and you do a forehand and you do a backhand all day long, racket back, bounce and pow. And then you do you step over, crossover, and do a volley. See, I'm playing tennis. Do another volley. See, I'm playing tennis. Another one. See, I'm playing tennis. And then on the serve, you toss the ball, you get your racket back, and you actually serve an imaginary ball.
Interesting.
And so I was very successful.
That added an element of fun to the whole thing as well. I mean, that element.
Oh, yeah. And then
it's adding a little emotion to what they're doing, so it's going to retain a little bit better for people. Reminds me, I don't know if you used to watch Cheers or not, but I remember on the show Cheers when Coach was going back to school. This is in the early years of Cheers. And he was going back to school and he was trying to remember some of the different historical facts, and he wrote up the song to remember it. It was like, Albania, Albania, you border on the Adriatic. It was just hilarious. It was just, that's what that reminds me of. But, I haven't seen that episode in 30 years, but still the song remains with me. So I imagine for your tennis players, having that element of fun and adding a song to it, help them retain it a little bit more as well. That's cool.
Yeah, well, to close out the thought, I was so successful in the officiating part of it that over a 21-year period, the people who enrolled in my program, and I've still got several students who are actually officiating today. I figured the students that enrolled in my class over 20 years had made more than $3 million officiating.
Wow!
And
do you get a cut? Do you get a cut of that?
Yeah, well, what I used to always tell them was that, when you get rich and famous, you got to give back something to, give some grant money to Hubba at UCSD. Unfortunately, in '92, they dropped the PE department. So I had to move on to something else. And so that's when I really got into lecturing with the laughter and stuff. And, the same thing applies, most people laugh and they don't know what they look like when they laugh. Person's laughing when they're 8 years old, they're laughing the same way when they're 48 years old.
Really?
So also part of my philosophy is creativity. You develop your own style of laughing. But if you don't know what you look like when you laugh, you can't develop it. And I do this thing, I bring people into the feeling of the setting of the academic arena. I said, we're going to do a scientific experiment. So I'll raise my hand in the air and I says, you laugh as long as I'm making a circle with my finger over my head. And everybody laughs, right? Mm-hmm. Do you realize that 99.9% of the laughs are spelled H-A-H-A? Really? Try that someday. People will laugh, and it's most people laugh is ha, ha, ha. Okay, so what I've done is I use laughter flashcards. And so I start off with the ha, 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 H-A-H-A. Then I go to H-A-R, H-A-R. Then I go to O-Y-E, O-Y-E, Y-U-K, Y-U-K, J-A-A, J-J-A, ja-da-da-da-da-da. And then my favorite one is ya, 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 ya. And so I got a couple of songs I sing when I do my sessions. And so I have this song I sing, and every time I sing it, every time after I sing it, I put up a different laugh flashcard. Mm-hmm. Okay, so I go, well, okay, let's use the laugh yuck yuck. Let me hear you say yuck yuck.
Oh, yuck yuck.
Yuck yuck. Okay, so what I do is I say, hey, you just go along with me. I say, you sing what I sing.
You sing what I sing.
You laugh like I laugh.
You laugh like I laugh.
And then I put up the ha 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 ha. And when I stop, we say, you sing what I sing, and then blah 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 blah. Uh-huh. And so I did about 5 times, and it boy, you talk about an icebreaker, and then I've got some Hubba Jubba exercises I do.
Especially in a higher education setting, because most of those people are pretty serious.
Oh, yeah. And then,
I adjunct for a couple of colleges, and I've never met so many people that are so impressed with themselves in my entire life.
Yeah. Well, that's it. See, it all depends, man. I found this out too. One thing I stress, is that along with the creativity, I made a presentation to some youth here in Pine Bluff just the other day. I'm prepping them because next Tuesday we're making a presentation citywide, and I'm using the youth in this group to help me put my workshop on. Mm-hmm. Okay, and so I was talking about creativity, and that a lot of people, it involves some artwork, and a lot of people, I can't draw. And I tell them it doesn't make any difference now in this day and age, because all you got to do is go on the computer and you can find something to work with. You don't have to actually, but creativity is inventing something, coming out of your brain, using your brain to its more effective by creating something. So one of my activities is drawing happy faces on paper plates. Mm-hmm. And then I've developed the concept of stickers. Everybody loves stickers, right?
Yeah.
So after I left UCSD, I started teaching elementary school. And those kids love those stickers that teachers get at the supply stores. So I came to the point where I felt that I was going to come up with Hubba Jubba stickers. Uh-huh. So I make these Hubba Jubba stickers where I take a thought and I put it on a 3x5 card, or what I do is put it on an 8.5 by 11, draw it, and then you put it in the computer. You can reduce it and get 9 on a page. Mm-hmm. And I use full length, label paper, 8.5 by 11. And so I get 9 copies on, and then I just cut them out. So I got Hubba Jubba stickers, okay?
That's a cool idea for adults, especially because when you get to be an adult, the only sticker you ever get is "I voted."
Yeah.
I mean, as an adult, that's it. I mean, you don't get any more stickers, and it's funny is that when you get that, I mean, like I get my "I voted" sticker, I wear it all day. It's like, ooh, I got a sticker.
Yeah.
With your work and looking at creativity, do you think there's a connection between laughter and creativity?
Yeah, well, it's just the way your laughs sound, okay? And then most people don't realize, that when you really get the full power of healthy laughter is you got to rush those get those endorphins going, and you have to be laughing with 60, 70 miles an hour over your windpipe. Mm-hmm. And you can't do it when you smile. That's another scientific thing. I say, put a smile on your face. And I say, put your hand on your throat.
Okay.
Feel it. What is it? Try to pass air through your throat, over your throat at 90 miles an hour. 60 miles an hour. You can't do it.
No.
And so I call it grin. You put your teeth on your lower lip, and then you got to grin, my friend. Okay. But with if your mouth's not open, you can't. Your vocal cords don't vibrate. Uh-huh. Okay, so when you try. So what happens is the people what happens is the people. Just a minute. Let me go to another room. I think you might hear that TV on the back. Hold on a second.
I do.
Okay, so what happens is people don't understand what that laugh looks like, but if they look in the mirror, they can see what it looks like. And I go through my thing where I got all these, one of my most favorite posters that I use is I got a picture of me laughing about 15 different ways. Mm-hmm.
I think I've seen
and
that.
So then I say, go to the favorite room of your go to your the restroom of your life, and just try on 4 or 5 different laughs. Mm-hmm. Find one you like, or if you see somebody who has a good laugh, first of all, you compliment a good laugh. And most times you say say, "Hey, that's a great laugh. Let me see it again." And they cover their mouth up and they don't want to laugh. So I can get people to all of a sudden begin to appreciate their laughter and the laughter of other people. And I say, if you start laughing differently, people are going to think you're crazy. But then once you get that habit and it becomes part of you, what you do is you feel better about yourself because you're using that laughter to bring positive attention to yourself, and then relay that to others.
Now, thinking about your book, you said the Enthusiasm Laughter Connection was the name, correct?
Yeah.
All right. So tell me about some of the stuff you have in your book.
Okay. First of all, the first chapter is on enthusiasm. And, that's been my passion all along. And right now, I'm focusing on the thought that enthusiasm is never taught in school, or enthusiasm is never taught in workplace training programs. I mean, it isn't. Can you remember sometime when you've had a specific conversation in the classroom on enthusiasm?
No,
never. If you have it, you're glad you got it. Hope you can keep it. If you don't have it, you marvel at those who do, and probably think the only way you can get some is maybe somebody will deliver it in the mailbox one day.
Right.
And so, but enthusiasm can be taught, and that's what I've been doing over the years. You know, it hasn't gone. You know, I became a legend in my own mind. Okay.
Me too. I
like it. Let me hear that laugh again. I like that. Let me hear that laugh again.
It'll come up.
Come on, let me hear that laugh again.
I can't. Okay.
Okay. One of the things there you go. There you go. Okay. So anyway, yeah, it's I say you know how the Latin ball players used to say, baseball has been very, very good to me.
Yes.
Well, laughter has been very, very good to me, and it's. Then I found, I came to the idea that, in fact, it was that first conference I was at in Baltimore, where I began to really figure out on the idea that most people say smile. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. But when you smile, you can't take advantage. I mean, you look good, and maybe you get a couple of people to smile with you, but you can't get in touch with those endorphins unless you're laughing. So there's a difference between a smile and a laugh. Mm-hmm. And so that's one of the ways I think that's one of my pioneering efforts in the whole field is getting people to understand that if they want to lessen their stress, they want to ease their anger, or if they just want to feel good about themselves, and what you do is you laugh out loud. Mm-hmm. And it's the idea of the enthusiasm instruction has even more significance when hearty laughter is the best enthusiasm. Because I mean, what better gesture on your face when everything's coming up roses than a hearty laugh?
I agree with you on that. But looking at the whole enthusiasm thing, I'm with you on that. I completely parallel your thoughts that we live in a society that for the most part is fairly apathetic on most things, and the only time they aren't apathetic is when they're posting their nasty stuff on social media. So and getting kids enthusiastic about school, and getting that enthusiasm in an educational setting, what are some good strategies for people to use to bring more enthusiasm and thereby more joy into their everyday life?
Okay, well, the second chapter is on I talk about the anatomy of laughter, and the third chapter is on creativity, and the fourth is remembering to be positive. Mm-hmm. Okay, now especially being here in the Bible Belt, I have to make it clear that when I talk about remember to be positive, I'm not talking about, most times we use our willpower or our spirituality to get us over the hump, right? Mm-hmm. And so I don't want people to think in any way in form that I'm saying, laughter will take the place of your spiritual significance. But what happens is there's always some extra things you can do to help you get over that hump. And so I've come up with the Hubba Jubba original called environmental management. Mm-hmm. So that what that does is your walls and hallways are filled with laughter. Okay. Mm-hmm. One of the things that one of the techniques that I share with people is to, I take instant photos of people laughing and put them on a card. Mm-hmm. And or have them put their hearty laugh on a sticker, Okay, and what they do is they put this sticker on the on their cell phone, or put it on their backpack.
Uh-huh.
I got a couple on my dashboard. So anytime you get bad news, or anytime you got something going against you, and you feel that stress coming on, then all you got to do is just look at your Hubba Jubba sticker and say Hubba Jubba real fast 10 times, and you sort of distract yourself from whatever it was, like a pressure cooker.
That's funny, because it is fun to say. Like I said at the very beginning, saying Hubba Jubba is fun to say.
Hubba Jubba.
It is.
Hey, here's an interesting story. And since it's African American History Month, this is an African American history lesson. Okay, I was teaching tennis, and it must have been in the middle of my career there. And I had this girl who had never said anything at all, and she's just a little quiet girl, tiny, came to class every day, And one day she says, "Hey, Bob," she had this British accent, He says, "Hey, Bob," he said, "I'm from Kenya." He said, I get tired of all that Hubba Jubba. He said, "In Swahili, Hubba Jubba is mambo jumbo." So I started saying mambo jumbo. People say that. What? And I said, you're after African American history for a lesson for the day. In Swahili, Hubba Jubba is mambo jumbo. And then, if you see, I can't remember the name of the movie, but there was a movie out where the guy was looking for some gold or whatever in Africa, and he had the ape with him. Did you ever see that movie?
Oh, I'm trying to think of the name of that one. It'll come to me, but go ahead.
Okay. Anyway, there was a scene in that movie where they had an African guide, and they had sent for some supplies. And so the guy drives a truck up, and he looks out the window, and he says, they greet each other, and they say Jumbo. Believe it or not, Jumbo. Like Hubba Jubba. Let's go. How you doing? But it's a positive greeting. See. So my wife and I, we've been fortunate enough to do a lot of traveling over the years, and there's a lot of Africans now that they're very popular in the taxi cab field. Mm-hmm. So I've found about 15 different African languages, ways to say Hubba Jubba.
Interesting.
And so that's. But the thing of it is,
you just knew how to say it in Swahili. I mean, that's impressive in and of itself.
And so again, that goes back to the creativity. You think about, you get an idea or something, and I always have encourage people to put a notepad or something by their bed. And if you have a dream, because you get the best ideas in the world while you're sleeping. Mm-hmm. And so when so I've gotten to the point where if I get an idea or something, I can wake up right away, turn the light on the nightstand, and just put a couple of notes down. Because if you don't do that, you get to go in your day and you forget what you dream about. But you got to bring it into reality. Write a couple of notes, and then there you go.
I want to say that, on that note, that I remember, I don't know if it was the Gong Show or a different show, but I think it was Lily Tomlin was on there, and she's a big advocate for keeping a notepad by the side of her bed to write down ideas. In the middle of the night, she had this, idea that was like the best idea ever. She thought, she wrote it down, and the next morning she woke up and she looked at it, and it just said cottage cheese. And it was just one of those funny things that she couldn't figure out what problem that was solving, but the answer was cottage cheese when she wrote it down. I thought that was funny.
That's a good story.
So, where do people find your book, Bob?
It's on Amazon.
Okay.
And it's also on. I have it's published by iUniverse. iUniverse.com/bookstore. The Enthusiasm Laughter Connection, Bob Hubba Jubba Moss. Mm-hmm. And it's under self-help or motivation. Mm-hmm. and it's $4.99 for an ebook. $15 plus $4.99 for shipping. Or if you contact me, and I'll give you I send out autographed copies for $18.
That's a fairly good deal. I think that I'll sign up and get one. I'd be interested to read it because I like some of the strategy you shared today. One, I really enjoyed talking to you about the whole visualization thing. 'Cause I think that the application for that is not only when we're going to perform on something, but just visualizing anything positive that you want to do. And I also like the other strategy that you shared on having a picture of yourself smiling or laughing, in that when things get stressful, sometimes all we need is just that one thing to think about, that positive moment, that positive laugh that's going to help us make that rapid mental adjustment that we need to make just so we can get things done. Yeah. So, obviously your book has got some great strategies in it for people to use to make a positive impact for themselves and other people. So I'm going to get me a copy.
Okay. Hey, well, look at, give me your, I'll give you my information. You can send me a check for $18 and I'll autograph it and ship it back to you.
That sounds like a plan. You got a deal. You got a deal.
Do I have another minute?
Yeah.
We running out of time?
Yeah. Well, we got a couple minutes left.
Okay. What I wanted to also talk about, I was talking about the environmental management. Mm-hmm. And see, it fits right in today, okay, with the selfie. When I first started this, I was taking instant photos of people laughing. I've been doing that. I must have taken 500,000 pictures over the years, using before the Polaroid camera and the Kodak camera went out. And so, but now with this electronic stuff, you can take pictures of people and put them on it's easy to take your picture, put it on your, and take a selfie and then put it on, transfer it to, to your, the stickers you make of yourself. And then I'm into collages. Okay. So, everything, you can make a laughter collage, or when you're doing something and you're achieving great success, is that it's just natural to take pictures. And you just make a collage of whatever it was, and then you begin to put those on the walls, and pretty soon your whole wall is. I know what I forgot to mention in the same line is what I have families when I'm dealing with families. Mm-hmm. I take a picture of the family, whether it's 6 people or 2 people, laughing, hearty laughter, galore, and then. I have them take the picture and put it in 8.5 by 11 or how big they want it, and frame it. And as you walk through your entryway, mm-hmm. on that wall, as you walk to the door, you hang that photo. And as people come in, that's the first thing they see when they walk in. Mm-hmm. And if you've really got a good laughing, if you got real good laughter gestures going, they're going to want to ask about it. And then you maybe say, laughter is shared here. This is a house of laughter, whatever. But as people walk in, you can get in a jolly mood. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. That's a great strategy. Not only for that, but just like if you're in a bad mood at the end of the day, seeing that's got to help you make a shift. Yeah. Absolutely.
And so, let me know when we're at the end, because I got one more song we want to sing together.
Okay. Well, we're pretty much getting close to wrap up time, so go ahead and let's share it.
Okay. You know how to raise the roof?
I do.
Are you okay? You got both hands free or just one?
I got both.
Okay. I'm holding the phone, so I'm just going to have to use one hand. So
I've got a headset on, so I'm good to go.
Okay, so when I say laugh it up, okay, we're both going to raise the roof and say the laugh twice.
Okay.
Okay. We'll let our laugh be yah.
Gotcha.
That's our laugh. Let me hear you say that.
Yeah.
Yah. EEYAH.
Yeah. Got it.
So I say laugh it up, and we say yah.
Okay.
So every time I say laugh it up, we're going to say yah. Now this is a great drill, man, especially when you get the people in a circle. and they're watching each other do it. Oh man, you can't believe the tingle you get in your bosom by watching all these people, especially if it's in an auditorium, and I get somewhere where I can get in the middle, and I have people turn to the right and the other side of the room turn to the left, and so they see each other doing all this, and it's really a fun experience. So when I say laugh it up, we're going to say iya iya.
You got it.
When your day needs a laugh, when your day needs a lift, laugh it up, yeah, yeah. When your day needs a lift, laugh it up, yeah, yeah. When your day is stressed and bad and you're feeling mad or sad, when your day needs a lift, laugh it up, yeah, yeah. When your day needs a lift, laugh it up, yeah, yeah. Oh man, that's the last thing I do in my workshops. When
awesome.
I'm doing presentation.
I'm in my living room. My cats are kind of looking at me like I'm crazy, but that's okay. They don't see the actual benefit of what I'm doing, so that's fine. Cats are like that. Hey, well, I really appreciate you spending some time with me today. I've been really, as always, I enjoy talking to you. I commend the work that you've done as an educator and just what you're doing now. You're just an awesome guy, and you're fun to talk to. I appreciate you spending a little time with us, and I know our listeners will appreciate listening to your strategies for making a positive impact for themselves and other people.
Hey, well, for me, win and never loss, always cherish your visit with Bob Moss.
That is a great tagline, my friend. And I'll encourage everybody to check out Bob's book, get it, and to check out AATH. Check out our website at AATH.org.
Okay, the book is on the website.
Okay. Oh, it's on the AATH website. All right, cool. That'll make it easier for people to find it. So again, Bob, thanks a lot for being spend some time with me. And will not consider you Bob Hubba Jubba Moss anymore, just Bob Mamba Jumbo Moss.
Okay. Okay. Hey, I tell you what I'll do is I'll just send you an email with the information on where to mail on the mail information.
Oh, that sounds great, and I'll put it in the show notes as well.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, Bob.
Hey, well, look here. Hey, I got you to do me one favor.
Yes.
Have a happy Hubba Jubba day.
I will. You do the same.
Bye-bye.
This is LaughBox, the podcast for laughter and humor professionals. LaughBox is made possible by a grant from the National Speakers Foundation and is brought to you by AATH, the Association for Applied and Therapeutic Humor. Find out more at AATH.org. Be sure to review LaughBox on iTunes. For show notes and more information about today's conversation, visit laughbox.aath.org.